Hello everyone, I'm Renowned Zero. We are back again talking about Vonster, as it appears that he decided to look up slang, but of course he did it in a certain way, and of course he wanted to put out absolutely more lies about Eric July, because of course that's the kind of person that Vonster has become. Ever since he became a quote-unquote CG king, he decides that he's going to be an absolute liar and a piece of garbage, just like EVS, his little frog daddy. It's absolutely interesting how this all shakes out. You can, of course, get your merch still from the store. You can, of course, get your Blade Devil 2 Chains of Blood. There's multiple covers for it. Get in on it. All the links will be in the description for all of these. Sick Fox Studios Unlimited for Blade Devil 1 if you don't want to wait with your ad. As in, if you want to get Blade Devil 1 as an add-on with Blade Devil 2, you can get Blade Devil 1 right away. So let's jump right into this. It's interesting that this man was talking about Eric saying, pull up, let's do confrontation. He isn't talking about arriving anywhere. He's saying, let's confront one another. It's tough guy slang. And it's interesting, he says it in black slang. He types in, what is a pull-up in black slang? Meanwhile, he forgot that there's 3 definitions here that he obviously highlighted because he's stupid. He's very slow in the head. He's supposed to be a writer, but meanwhile, he can't even read or, for the most part, type, proper tweets. But it says meet up with you, and if you know anything about the consistency of Eric July, he's always been about meeting up and having conversations. Never once has he actually done these weird threats of harm towards people, but that's what these clowns want you to believe. Let them tell you the story. But it's interesting. Here's the next part, because of course he has me blocked now. I said to him, this guy clearly doesn't understand the basic English language. The word "or" is inserted between the definition. Eric has always been consistent in saying no altercation is just talking. These guys haven't been watching Eric July long enough to dictate what he means by pull up. New Yorkers say pull up to the crib, meaning come by my place. And then he said he literally repeated Eric July's exact words back to them, which, by the way, the clip was out of context, as usual with these clowns, because that's their favorite thing to do, is take everything out of context. And they like to say, I'm a liar. Meanwhile, I'll show all the receipts for things that people say and show the definition of what quote-unquote pull-up means. And then they lost their minds, and even Eric showed up to claim I was lying about him. Eric wanted to sound tough and call out his haters as too cowardly to pull up. None of you actually have pulled up to have a conversation, so it still stands. You guys talk all this noise online, and you still haven't actually pulled up. For as many times as you've called Eric names and a bunch of different things that I'm not going to say here for monetization reasons, none of y'all still have tried to have a conversation. It's been talking noise behind a computer screen, and they're big mad that I pointed it out. That I thought that was his thing. What the F is wrong with these people? What's quote-unquote wrong with people is the fact that you decided to take this clip out of context, for one. Secondly, the fact that you didn't realize it says meet up with as the third definition because you're a moron, and you have no idea what Eric July ever says, because clearly you don't know that he's been consistent about it just being all about talks and not about physical altercations, which is, I'll say it right here, no one lost their minds, dummy. I corrected you because you're a literal liar and poser. You fail to understand what the definition of words are. You missed the third part of the definition. You're trying to spin this as a gotcha. By the way, you asked Urban Dictionary what is a pull-up in quote-unquote black slang. Yeah, that's not racist at all. But it's interesting how these types can get away by saying some racist crap, and then when you point it out, they say, oh, you're an SJW because you called somebody racist. Well, when someone actually does something that's actually racist, they don't like to, see it as such. Drive Pro responds saying, to be fair, a lot of the fun is pointing and laughing at you. You chose one of the 3 definitions of pull-up and pointedly ignored the one Eric meant. Which reminds me, were you trying to see O'Reilly get stomped or something? He probably was. Probably was. Absolutely hilarious. But I said to him, it's considered slang in general, you clown. Please, for the love of God, stop typing when you're supposed to be a writer and still can't type proper posts. You cried about me earlier, and you always cry about me whenever I make a video about you, but you continuously say things that are retarded. Also, you keep screenshotting rather than quote tweeting, just like the absolute pussy that you are. You obviously learned from the best of being a total veto. It's as simple as this, you low IQ individual. You had to type in quote-unquote black slang in order for it to give you the results, you a clown. Put the wig, makeup, red nose, and clown shoes on because you clearly are the whole circus. He tried, by the way, to say that I said it right here as well. I was like, it's considered slang in general, you clown. Please for the look out, stop typing when you're supposed to be a writer. And, I read this. But he said to me, the guy that needed AI to narrate articles. And I went like this. I said, "It's called a Brave ad, you effing idiot. I clicked a Brave ad while I was live. I even say so in this clip. Sit down and shut your dumb self up. Of course, you got it from Frog Tony, the most dead channel having ass disingenuous individual." And the clip right here is me saying it's an ad. This is cringe. No. So this is the ad that I accidentally clicked when I was live. Absolute cringe. Stupid AI ad. Right there I say it's an AI ad. So he really tried it like an idiot. So this is the first time, basically I've proven him wrong because he's dumb. And then he says, "I've lost track of the number of lies in this propaganda video," being the video that Eric put out, which I'll make a video on that shortly after this one. It's like Eric thinks he's CNN and can control the narrative, but even his own followers are calling him out. It's funny how he says that they're his own followers and didn't even check. He didn't even check. So I said to him, "I've lost track of the number of lies. Also presents none. The guy doesn't even verify if they're actually fans. Also 4 people. His fans are calling him out." So I did some investigation, of course, because that's kind of what I'm going to do. And of course, he actually was hiding replies from Stealth Observer here as he was getting called out, and he got blocked. So I did some investigation into this. It's right up here. I went and looked at the tweets. These are the only things that these people said. It says, "I'm embarrassed I ever gave this individual any money, watch time or money for ISOM1. Never again." You don't give watch time for ISOM1. It says, "Congratulations on the launch of Rivers. My order is in. Didn't really present any proof. He just showed a picture." And then Ripperverse needs to typed in Ripperverse. That's all he said. Next person that he showed. Person saying, basically EVS was holding back his thoughts on how bad ISOM was until he was on Flashcast with Dick Master. EVS was very nicely trying to understand Dick's point of view. His point of view was absolute garbage. And Air July didn't like it. Later private messaged him with obscenities. That was the A to B. Nothing. He reviewed ISOM and people are butthurt that he sees lots of room for improvement. Too many SJWs wanting people to force to choose sides. Eric is actually behind a lot of this because he's so dumb. But whatever, everyone can make their own choices. Need a third writer. It says it's supposed to be writer. Who hasn't even heard of ISOM. Eric is adult, but good for him on his success. With how high his per unit pricing is on ISOM, it will be interesting to see if this works for many creators. I think it will for a few who are willing to earn scraps for the clout of being connected to Ripperverse, but it will be niche. Oh, I get why he was so afraid to have people find the grave. He didn't want anyone to find out ISOM Knox was a white. If he's creating inventory ahead of time, he has to be effed. Ripperverse content is going to be the new Atari ET game found in a landfill someday. So yeah, big fans with posts like these. This person made an account in March of 2024. March of 2024. Nothing talking about ISOM. Nothing talking about Ripperverse. Says, well, Riley was arrested on a warrant for this type of charge in Air July's home country. Air July has a history of claiming that standing outside and giving away ISOM comics is harassment, so I don't think it's unreasonable to consider Air July. No, he doesn't, by the way. As directly related to the origin of the warrant. So dude lies about why Riley was arrested and then gets mad when called on it. Is he supposed to be important or just another retarded ISOM Dan? So, again, nothing relating to... I'm saying I'm seeing a pattern. This person, really? I thought everyone knew Eric's books would blow everyone out of the water. I'll admit I was amazed at the book 2 sales fall off. I'll keep buying, but if you're fair, you have to admit the reverse is no better than in quality than modern day mainstream comics, which is an absolute lie. I don't think the reverse has hurt or helped CG. However, the Dungeoneers have hurt CG. So voice your criticism is fine. What was the post about? No one was broke by the Ripverse, and that I know of. If they were, and $35 left to broke, they need to prioritize their spending, which is something I actually said before. Maybe ask Eric to look into a finance company, something like Rip-A-Card, or so his fans can afford to buy his Ripperverse product. Men crowdfunding toys, these guys have no self-respect. Talking about the people who are crowdfunding, Yara statues, by the way, which is bad, but they'll sit there and crowdfund legal fees for a harasser. Yeah. Sweet. Now that they are unlocked, how much do they cost? Oh wait, this isn't Ripperverse. So you believe there can be a fair deal with one side acting unprofessional? I don't think the Ripperverse has hurt. This is the same thing I kind of read before. Are we still allowed to criticize bad media, movies, video games, or other media if not a lot of YouTubers are going be shutting up shop, or is it just the Rippaverse that's off limits? In fact, Eric criticizing Marvel and DC for years. Was he wrong for doing that? No. Strange take. They aren't even traveling in the same lane. I'm not sure why he would be jealous. I believe Eric was more wealthy than EVS long before Eric even talked about the Rippaverse. And then on top of that, he's over here reposting Ripoff Verse on his latest account, which he has me blocked on because he's a puppet freak. But yeah, these are the people that he claimed were fans. And then try to apologize, which was even funnier. Way funnier. Where is it? So, exposed as a liar, a total fake victim, calling him Whimperverse from now on. So he tried to backtrack. But I said to him, nah, you don't get to apologize for outright lying, you fake indie comic writer. You got wrecked about who Punisher was from Transformers fan and the Master Hobo. Then you tried to outright lie and hide replies of people calling out your BS. No research if the people were actually fans of Eric. That's some gay ops if I've ever seen it. He tried to apologize and say, oh, he's not about the drama. He's trying to backtrack on all this other stuff. Then he's trying to crap all over Hero Darky Dark, apparently, for something that the Saskas did. Supporting and encouraging a water sport corn-making aggressive stalker degenerate who on camera harassed comic book fans and tried to copy, infringe on a creator's logo and design. Is protecting the indie space against what? Getting their books done in a reasonable time? Weird. Shout out to Hero Darky Dark for calling out this absolute clown too, because holy crap, Vonster needed to be called out. He's a piece of garbage, trying to lie about people who are actually fans of the Rippaverse, which is absolutely disgusting to me. These people are going to continue to be called out, and they're going to continue to hate it, and I'm going to continue to do it because it's hilarious when they cope and seethe. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit that like button, comment below what you feel about all of this, subscribe for more content, hit the bell for notifications, set the bell to all, that way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or live stream, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.